Recording in progress.
Hello, good morning, participants. Before we start, we would like to acknowledge the presence of faculty and students from the following programs and areas: AB Communication, Biology, Education, Multimedia Arts, Psychology, Mathematics area, Science area, Language and Literature area, NSTP area, Physical Education area, Social Sciences area, and the Religion Education area. In a few minutes, we shall begin with our activity. But before that, allow me to go over a few pointers to ensure a smooth flow of the program for today. First, kindly change your nicknames into department_name, open and close parentheses, pronouns. For example, education_Juan Castro, open and close parentheses, he/him. Second, use headphones or earphones for clearer audio. Third, always mute your microphones unless asked by the speaker or the host. Fourth, enabling your webcams throughout the event is highly encouraged. Fifth, use the chat box to voice out your questions or queries when the hosts give you the cue. Sixth, kindly change your background using the layouts sent through your group chats. Seventh, if experiencing conflict or conflicts, directly message the tech or the moderators. Eighth, don't forget to evaluate the event. And ninth, this event observes the Data Privacy Act of 2012. Any act against a person's rights, like video recording without due consent, is a violation of this law. Thank you very much, and we hope that you will have a wonderful and productive time this morning. Because we have to create a new link, we will be starting a little bit later than planned to wait and accommodate more students from our department. Thank you very much, and we hope that you will be there with us until the end. Thank you.
Makaload.
Good morning again, participants. Before we start, we would like to acknowledge the presence of faculty and students from the following programs and areas: AB Communication, Biology, Education, Multimedia Arts, Psychology, Mathematics area, Science area, Language and Literature area, NSTP area, Physical Education area, Social Sciences area, and Religion Education area. In a few minutes, we shall begin with our activity. But before that, allow me to go over a few pointers to ensure a smooth flow of the program for today. First, kindly change your nicknames into department_name, open and close parentheses, pronouns. For example, education_Juan Castro, open and close parentheses, he/him. Second, use headphones or earphones for clearer audio. Third, always mute your microphones unless asked by the speaker or host. Fourth, enabling your webcams throughout the event is highly encouraged. Fifth, use the chat box to voice out your questions or queries when the host gives you the cue. Sixth, kindly change your background using the layout sent through your group chats. Seventh, if experiencing conflicts, directly message the tech or the moderators. Eighth, don't forget to evaluate this event. And ninth, this event observes the Data Privacy Act of 2012. Any act against a person's rights, like video recording without due consent, is a violation of this law. Thank you, and we hope that you will have a wonderful and productive time this morning. Good morning, CEAS community! Kamusta kayo, our dear participants? Did you enjoy the semestral break? Have you maximized the time away from academic responsibilities? Kindly show me your responses through displaying an emoji, or maybe you can share your responses through our chat box. Yan, puro love! Thank you for participating. I am very happy to know that you are all back and energized for our incoming second semester. But before anything else, I would like to inform everyone that this event is being recorded. You may see a recording label on top of our top left corner of your screen. Also, we are live in YouTube. Well, with that being said, welcome to the CEAS College Student Reorientation for the second semester of our school year 2021-2022. I am Angeline Hinko from the Educators Circle, and I will be your host for today. Today's session will be divided into two parts. For the first part, get your pens, papers, or maybe your virtual notebook ready for a knowledge-filled talk on our plenary session with one of the Learning Resource Center officers and our very own CEAS Dean. As for the second part, the 5 program chairs of the College of Education, Arts, and Sciences will be generously sharing with us specific announcements on our breakout sessions. So, to formally start this event, may I call on Jovel Briones, the Vice President for External Affairs of the Educator Circle, to lead us in prayer.
Let us all remember that we're the most holy presence of God. Heavenly Father, we lift and praise your name with all we have. We thank you for this tremendous opportunity to gather and learn today. We are grateful for all the blessings, guidance, understanding, and love despite our shortcomings. We ask for your forgiveness as you cleanse our mind, heart, and soul. This day, O Lord, we humbly ask for your guidance for this program to be fruitful and productive. May you impart your wisdom to our speaker and fellow participants. Father God, may you help us to focus and continue to guide us towards the right path for this semester. May you fill our hearts with new strength and passion as we gradually reach our dreams. In Jesus' name, amen. Live Jesus in our hearts forever.
Now, to make our senses alive, let us listen to a warm welcome message from the Dean of CEAS, our very own Dr. Ivy Guse.
Okay, good day everyone. Angela, just checking. Is my audio okay? And my camera?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Sige, dear students, good morning and welcome to the second semester of this school year 2021-2022. Thank you all for being here.
Happy
Okay.
New
All right. So we are starting this semester off with this college-wide activity we call the College Student Reorientation. Now, while many of you are already familiar with the academic policies, contact information of the college administrators and whatnot, we thought it is still necessary to conduct a reorientation on them, just so everybody starts this second semester prepared. Okay, so I'll make this part quick because you'll hear more from me, no, later in the reorientation part. But before I end, let me thank first the Educators Circle, no, for partnering with the CEAS Team's office in conducting this activity. So thank you very much, now to the whole team. And to end this opening remarks, on behalf of all the faculty, staff, and administrators of the College of Education, Arts and Sciences, I welcome and wish that you'll have a fruitful and meaningful semester ahead. Okay, thank you, Angela.
Thank you so much, Dean Ivy, for your very warming welcome message. Grabe din, na-feel ko na start na talaga ng ating second semester.
Correct.
Now that we've heard from Dean Guse about how excited she is to be with us today as we start a new semester, how about you, our dearest Sayas titles? How are you feeling this morning? Are you nervous, excited, or chill lang? Baka pwede naman kami makakita ng reactions or messages dyan from our chat box. Yes. Or kahit reaction kung ano yung nafe-feel nyo. Ayan. Thank you for participating. I know maybe some of us aren't really into it yet, but maybe as we listen to Dean Ivy later sa reiteration ng ating mga policies, mas mafe-feel natin na eto na talaga. May nakita pa akong crying emoji. Guys, fighting! Kaya natin to. Happy tayo dyan. Ayan. So, good luck everyone. I hope that you will have a very fun time with us today. Fun yet knowledge-filled day and time with us. So, I will not hold you any longer. I think it's finally time to meet our anticipated resource speaker from the DLSL Learning Resource Center. Together, let us learn more about the online services and resources offered by LRC. Let us all welcome our college librarian, Dr. Chona Chavez. Good morning po.
Hi, good morning, Angela. So from the
Morning.
Learning Resource Center, good morning and welcome to this orientation. At this point, I would like to invite everyone, or of course, our faculty members, and of course, Dean Guse, good morning. And of course, to our dear students, I am here to present to you the Library Discovery Service of our Learning Resource Center. So you might be asking, where is the LRC at this point in time? So, or you might be also questioning or asking, I'm paying my tuition fee, I am paying the library fee. So here it is. I'm going to present to you now that the LRC is present in any of your academic endeavors. So all you have to do is, no, I am sure we have already given orientation. This is actually a reorient. So for many of you who have already the account of library discovery service, you can already access our online databases. All right. So to begin with, let me disable po yung aking admin. Kindly, please do my share screen. Okay, so all you have to do is just communicate with us and chat with us using our LORES. So for the meantime, while our admin is checking my presentation, hey,
Doc,
there you have
excuse
it.
me po. Ayan.
Yes. There already?
There.
All right. So, well, as mentioned, this is a walkthrough of the Library Discovery Service of the Learning Resource Center. All right. So, as mentioned, we are online. Okay, you can contact, you can communicate with us for as long as you have a strong Wi-Fi connection, and in any gadgets that you have, the LRC is there. We are present. Okay, so let me tell you first our mission and vision. The LRC envision to sustain academic excellence through digital content and design equitable physical and online resources to be more engaged in the many facets of students' self-paced learning, enhance faculty teaching, scholarly research, and connection with external groups. For our mission, the LRC reinforces the DLSL's digital campus by playing the key roles to support the different ways of learning, such as research, collaboration, and knowledge creation with Lasallian partners and students as end users. All right, so the LSL Learning Resource Center is an indispensable part of the institution. That's why we are here to support in any academic and non-academic endeavors. So its traditional concept is being redefined and reimagined from a place to access and retrieval of books and other printed materials. All right, so as mentioned, we are going virtual. So where do we get or where do we access all those electronic resources available in the LRC? So the LRC has provided a platform, and we call it Library Discovery Service. All right. So what about the Live DS? It is an all-inclusive single solution box that provides us with an easier yet powerful means of accessing electronic information resources to get exactly what you are looking for quickly and easily. This is achieved through our harvested metadata from libraries' printed collections and subscribed databases. There's no need to search individual databases, open source sites, and online public access catalog or OPAC separately. All right, so that's 24/7. It's available for as long as you. I'm sorry. What did I? Sorry. Yeah, or wait, skip that. Yes, so for a while. Sorry. Okay. Yan. So the LSL Learning Resource Center houses the most advanced electronic resources, including the databases, internet, digital services, and more. Okay. Also, the LSL LRC set remote access to wide range of information sources and online reference and information services through Live DS. Also, aside from the Live DS that is posted in your Canvas, we have these online databases at the My D Campus portal. Okay, so all you have to do is check your digital services when you scroll down the library online subscriptions. So we have their ProQuest, World Book Online, EBSCO Host, New York Times, and of course our Destiny Library Manager or the library system, which is FOLET. You can check on our printed collection in this FOLET. All right, so let me start by showing you this sample of my course. So please check after this orientation or maybe tomorrow, you can check your published courses. Make sure you have the library discovery service in your published course. Okay, so by then you can already access our online databases. All right. So what about the library databases that we have? So as mentioned, we have EBSCO Host, ProQuest, Worldbook Online, New York Times. Okay, what is a library database? It is an indexed collection of magazines, journals, newspaper articles, abstracts, and other information which has been checked for accuracy and reliability by publishers and then licensed for distribution in online or electronic format. All right. Sources included in the database come from known print sources of that publisher cell to databases creator. All right. So we also created QR code. So for easy access, you can just have your scanner and then scan all this QR code for easy access. All right. So there is the process on how to go over. Now, as mentioned a while ago, you can contact us through Loris in the chat box of the Library Discovery Service. So we have the chat icon there. So you just have to click it. So, and if you have questions, you can type in there. And we are actually available from Monday to Friday, 8 in the morning up to 5 in the afternoon. All right. And also Saturdays, if you have urgent matters or questions about the LRC, you can chat with us also. Okay, so LORI stands for Library Online Reference and Information Service. It's one of the essential features of our Library Discovery Service. LORIS represents the librarians who are providing accurate answers and responding immediately to reference questions in a real time via online chat, email, IM, or the instant messaging and virtual appointment. Okay, so if you're going to check on the course chat, there you have it. You'll have to click the chat box here and then type in your queries or your questions, and then you have to send it to us. So most of the time, one of our librarians also are uh, present to answer your questions. All right. So other services that we offer during this time of pandemic or the virtual modality of learning. So we have users training or webinars. So if we invite you for a training or a webinar, please do come and or accept our invitation because those are some library skills or information that we can share with you. We also have the on-site book borrowing and book pickup. At the moment, we have actually the procedure on how to do this, but for the final yes of the different members of the community are still on hold. All right, so we also have VILP, other library information skills, information literacy. There, we do offer that one. Also, online book reservation, we can do that. You can chat with us and then we will provide you. We have the curbside um, service for that. And then online tutorials and the document delivery service. For example, if you're looking for an article that is not present in our system or in our collection, you can request with us from whatever library it is, and then we will communicate with them. So you can just give us enough time to process that service. All right. So we also have the online games trivia contest during the National Book Week. So come November, we invite you all to participate in the different activities that we'll prepare for you. So we have in stored prizes, okay, cash in cash through GCash, and of course certificates. So as early as now, I invite you all for this activity. All right. So let's move on to the steps and procedure or steps on how to search, download ebooks or any library materials, articles, magazines in any electronic journals. Here it is. Okay, so the procedure, we have five actually. So we go to the DLSL website. You have to click on the students link, then click the digital services, then the courses, and you can find there the published course, the Library Discovery Service. All right. Now, we have provided the different access of the online databases through our username and password. Okay. So for CEAS, all right, so depends on what college, or I'm sorry, from what program you belong. Like for example, we belong to the BS Bio or BE Ed, so it's CEAS underscore BS Bio for the username, and for the password, it's at LRC21. All right. So the steps. Number one, you have to go to the Live DS course in Canvas, then click on the modules, click on the Live DS link, and then key in the username and password. All right. So remember, the first username and password is this one. Okay. And then you will be prompted to the search your library's resources link, and then you will be directly you can reach now the search box for our EBSCO host and other resources available at the EBSCO host. So here it is. If you see this square, the OER's red square rectangle, OER's links and curated resources, we also have prepared other resources from open access websites so that you can easily get all those in our online databases, Live DS platform. Okay, so we have the World Book, EBSCO host, so it's all there. If you need World Book online, just click it. If you need EBSCO host, ProQuest, and New York Times. So there you have it. Okay, so that is our Live DS homepage. That is in your Canvas. Okay, so this is the OER that I mentioned, right? So they are grouped according to subject, like social sciences, Filipino, MAPE, and many more. All right, so this is the example of our OER. It's also categorized according to subject. For example, you're looking for cooking, crafts and hobbies, design, and many more. So it's all there. You just have to copy it and then paste it on the search box of our library discovery service text box or search box. Okay, so let me show you the first database available. So we have the EBSCO host. So EBSCO offers library resources to customers in academic, medical, library, law, corporate, and government markets. EBSCO supplies a fee-based online research service with 375 full-text databases. So you can search as 375 full text databases, diverse collections of ebooks, subject indexes, medical references, and many other resources or historical digital archives as early as 1800s. Okay, now, as mentioned a while ago, you have to enter the EBSCO host. You need to enter the user ID or the username and the password. So, for example, you belong to the BS Bio, enter CEAS underscore BS Bio, and then the given password. And then you have to click in sign in. Okay, there you have it. You have to click in. That's the next screen that will prompt. Search your library's resources. Okay, so eto na yon. So you will be directed in the search box here, and then you have to click on search there. So there are actually millions or thousands of references or online resources that you can find. But it is important for you to filter. Okay, so filter your search, click on the full text link and source type. There you can see the source type. For example, you're just looking for an ebook, all right, for a magazine or a journal. So you have to click on those, right? And then, for example, you're looking for general biology. As mentioned, you can check on filter the publication date on the left side of the screen. And then you have to click on the full text and then the source type. So for example, it appears on the screen, this book, General Biology. So you're looking for this book. So you're interested in this book. So yan na yon. All you have to do is just click on the PDF or the full download. There. Okay, so click the full download link. Okay, and then you will be directed to sign in to the next screen. All right. So remember the first username and password that I gave you. That is the program where you belong. But this time, since you are already in the EBSCO host database, all you have to do is click the Google account. So continue with Google. So you click on that, and then there you have it. All right. So you will see on the next screen this download ebook, borrow. All right, so you are given 7 days, just like the normal borrowing procedure in the library during your our physical contact with the in the physical area of the learning resource center. So you're given 7 days, and please, may I remind you that you have to have a Adobe digital editions in your laptop or in your gadget for you to be able to fully download this ebook. All right. So yan. So if you've already click on the full download, this will be your next screen. Okay, so you'll see here the PDF format of the materials, but make sure to close this. You click on the close. All right. And then the next screen will be this one. The ebook will be added to the checkout area of your My EBSCO host account folder, which is accessible in the upper right hand corner of the database interface. It's there. It's up there, check out in the yellow box over there. So you will see in your checkouts, actually I have two checkouts in my account, which is the general biology, this one. All right, there. You have you have fully downloaded this ebook. So all you have to do to read all those books by chapter, um, you have to click the PDF full text link. And there you have it. This is the full download material of the ebook. And so you will see now the title, page, copyright, and of course, a table of contents and the entire content of the book. Okay, now there are other features of the EBSCO host, which is save pages. So you can save the page. For example, chapter one lang, you can email that chapter. You can also print that, export permalink, and you can save it through Google Drive. And most importantly, because your teachers might be asked you to cite the materials that you've taken from any platform, all you have to do is click on the site, and then you will be prompted to the citation format. All you have to do is click whether it's APA, Chicago 17th edition, or MLA. And then the proper citation of the materials will be, of the specific ebook, will be posted. So, di ba parang ang dali-dali na? That's very easy na for you. All right, so that's it for the EBSCO host. Now let's move on to the other um, online database that is available, which is ProQuest. All right, so this is ProQuest. The username that you're going to use, please do remember this one. It's DL Salipa 3, and then password is ProQuest. All right, so ito yung search temp box for our on ProQuest. For example, you are looking, I am sorry, I am just, anyway, it's CEAS naman, so I'm using the BS Bio course just for the presentation. All right, so for example, you're looking for biomes. You have to click on the full text, and then if you're looking for a journal or scholarly journal, books, videos, so you just click on that. And there's this box here, more. You can also click, there's a drop down, so you have to select on that, whatever type of sources you need. For example, you need the dissertation or thesis, or for this time, I checked on the scholarly journal. So you have to click on the search icon here. All right, so di ba ang dami? So another thing that you should know that you should do is to filter. All right, so on the side, same with the EBSCO host, you have to filter your search by publication date. For example, the last 12 months, the last 5 years, make sure it's in full text format, and then the relevance. Now, for example, this one, you were interested in this topic, right? So type panosoma genetic something. Okay, so you have to click on the full text PDF this time. Okay, so eto na yung next screen that will be prompted to you. You can check on the icon download here. Also, you'll notice there is download PDF icon, the site, email, print, and so on. Right, so once you have downloaded the material or the article in that particular journal, there is the full download of that specific article that you've chosen, that you've selected. That is, example, that is related to your research or your report or your study. All right. So, same with the EBSCO host, Procast also provide you the proper citation. So all you have to do is to click on the copy and then you can have it. There's also a drop down if you're using the MLA or APA. So all you have to do is just click on that, whichever applies to you. All right. There you have it. Another, for example, ebook naman tayo for the ProQuest. So botany, same. You just click on the ebook. So I am just highlighted those sources. So full text and then click on search. So ito na yung lalabas. So ang dami din, remember? So we have, as mentioned, we have diverse collections. So make sure to filter it again. So to 2019, that you can check on that. For example, botany, an introduction to plant biology, an introduction to plant biology. So for example, you're interested on that. Your topic is about plant biology. Okay, so there, you can download chapters here. And you can also cite all the books that you have taken in this database. So all you have to do is just click and select or check which applies to you. All right. So for example, you want cell structure. You click on the download the PDF, and there you have it. Chapter 4 will be displayed, and then you can um, print that. You can email to your classmates, for example, and then you can cite, and the proper citation will be displayed. All right, so we have another database available, which is, oh, actually, the New York Times. The New York Times helps people understand the world through unrivaled, on the ground, expert, and deeply reported independent journalism. All right, so this is global, or the news in the New York Times in education. So all you have to do is just log in your DLSL email and you can search on. So this is an example of the New York Times. Okay, so I have my email ad here, so for you to be counted. Now, for the last one, World Book Online. So what about the World Book Online? Actually, the World Book Online is intended to our preschoolers, to the kids that we have in the integrated school. But then again, especially for teachers, and I mean teachers or student teachers who need this material, all you have to do is to log in. So we have provided also the username and password, and then you can explore on this. So we have also ebooks, activity corner, and many more. You can use this if you are doing your team teaching and demo teaching. You can use the World Book Online. All right. So those, and also if you have brothers and sisters, you can check on this, and then you can tell them to study or read on these ebooks and many others. Oh, there you have it. Yon. So that's for our online databases. Now, let me show you the Follet. What about the Follet? Okay, so there's also a login here, but for since we are checking the feasibility of everything for everyone to access this one, we're still in the process of providing you username and password. But this time, all you have to do first is to check on the De La Salipa library link here. And then you will be prompted here. For example, you're looking for management book. Okay, so there you have to check. There you have it. So eto po kasi yung ating Destiny We Discover. These are the books that are available. All printed books available in the LRC. And may I also inform, but actually this is still in the process of finalization. You can request for a printed book. Okay, and then we have provided a curbside for pickup, but for the meantime, we will keep you posted regarding our curbside service. Okay, so at least you know how to go over or check on the available collections or printed collections that we have in our um, FOLET, the LRC Destiny Discovery Platform. But you need to copy, of course, the correct call number. And then you can email it to us, to the LRC. Okay, so there you have it. Results from the full at LRC catalog to search by author, title, subject, and keyword. So if you are sure of the author or of the title, you can just type in so it will post the exact title or book that you want. All right, so those are our printed collections about management or books on management. All right, so as mentioned, virtual information literacy. If you want other services for the about the LRC, we can provide you for that service. Okay, so there, if you want copyright law, if you had effective searching, you just connect with us for you to be able to be given that VILP. All right. So, as mentioned, please stay connected. Okay. Learn to chat with us. Okay. We are also available from our private messenger. Yes, private messenger and our Facebook. Please like and share naman po our Facebook. You can learn something also from there. And then you can email us and then chat on the live DS or the Loris. Okay, so just keep in touch if you have questions. So for if you want to communicate with us, there is our chief librarian, me, the college librarian, and then Dr. Annie is for IS. And for our collection, if you want to recommend materials, you can just contact Sir Edgar and our technical support specialist, Miss Jen Kando. All right, so as expected, please do connect with us, collaborate with us, and please communicate. Everyone in the LRC is happy to serve you for whatever need, especially in support of your ACADS. Okay, so Dan, please do explore our live DS now. Thank you very much, and I hope you learned many things about our LRC. Okay, so thank you very much again, Miss Angela. I think that will be all for the LRC. So if you have questions, maybe is that later on or
Um, Thank you very much po, Dr. Chavez, for such a wonderful presentation. I do hope everyone was able to take note of the points you have discussed. Personally po, I'm very excited to explore how much we can maximize, my apologies, how much we can maximize the utilization of our online services and resources. Thank you very much, Paulette, for thoroughly explaining to us how we can use these services and resources.
okay, so
I
again, thank you so much, ha. And I expect everyone. So if SEAS can do, everyone or every member of each program can access, so we can post great number of users. So we need numbers. Okay. So please, I invite everyone to use that instead of using Google, where at least the materials, the collections in here are scholarly and they are carefully studied. That's why um, they are
Opo.
given to us for a fee. But first, of course, we have to ask naman support from our students also.
Yes
All
po.
right, so that will be all. Thank you very much.
Thank you po. I'm certain that our participants have gained a lot from what you have talked to us, Dr. Chavez. So if you guys have any question, kindly grab this opportunity to send in your questions for Dr. Chavez. Kindly limit your questions on the scope of the presentation and for LRC related queries. You can now type your question related topic related questions in our chat box. Once you send in your questions, I will be reading them for our guest speaker. You may also raise your hands if you want, and I will definitely acknowledge you.
Yes,
Ayan.
and we are also more than happy to see your faces. So if you can turn on your camera also.
Yes.
Di ba?
Opo.
Yes, okay.
Dr.
And maybe
Chavez,
you can
well,
also, if
sorry
there are
po.
also questions, so that you might have enough
Yes
time for
po.
the other, maybe you can just send it to me, and then I will answer them back and then send it
Opo.
to your email or in anybody from the CEAS.
Yes po. Dr. Chavez, actually, I have a personal question po.
Yes, yeah, sure.
So thank you po for thoroughly explaining. May I ask po where I can find the usernames and passwords that you have just presented? Kasi syempre po,
Yes.
probably some of us didn't really get to screenshot while listening, di
True.
ba po? Baka hindi po na-shut down kung ano yung
Yes.
username and passwords.
Actually, some of there are times that we post our username and password in our Facebook account. So
Opo.
maybe you can check the Learning Resource Center, or you can email us kasi there are times na actually hindi naman talaga nila yan ma-open because they need the LSL account to enter our so it's okay to post them. You can check our Facebook account, and you can also chat with us so we can provide you the username and password. And actually, this in this presentation, if you want, I can send it to your program chair or in your group, and then you can share it to the students. The username and
Opo.
password of all the programs available for the CEAS are in there, so you can access all those. You can check on that. Okay.
Thank you very much po. In relation po dun sa naging sagot nyo, may I ask po what is the name of our LRC page sa Facebook para dun na rin po, malaman na rin po ng lahat and ma-access
Yes,
at
okay. It's
ma-like
the
na po.
LSL Learning Resource Center. Please like and
LSL.
share naman, di ba? Dapat naman tayo nagsi-share din yung ating mga
Opo.
friends, and nagsi-share tayo ng videos. So please do like and share.
Yes po,
Okay.
I believe po na dadami po tayo ngayon dyan.
Yay! Thank you very much also, Sayas, for the support through our, of course, our beautiful and gorgeous team.id. Okay po.
Ayan po. So we have actually po a question now from ABCom, John, Clarence, Enriquez.
Mhm.
Good morning po. Do we have access na po ba again on New York Times website with subscription?
Yes, please check on the New York Times link. Okay, and then you have to check your email at to enter on the username for the username of the New York Times. Okay,
Oh,
actually there are times talaga na medyo bumibitaw po tayo from the New York Times because of we settle few things. Example, yung ating payment. Okay, so once settled, you can access already our New York Times. But for now, we have already checked it. You can access our New York Times.
okay
Okay,
po.
so yun, as mentioned, so pag may mga problems kayo, if you have questions, you just chat with us. So yun, para mas mabilis nating ma-answer all your questions individually. Kasi each one has its own different, need. So yun, kailangan ma-address natin yan specifically in support to your research.
Okay
Okay.
po. Thank
Okay.
you very much po, Dr. Chavez. So far po, there are no more questions and no one is raising their hand. So I believe that they got all the answers already from your
Okay, so congratulations to 414 participants here. Congratulations, Sayas.
thank you
Okay.
po.
Okay, thank you very much. So I can leave na? No more questions?
Yeah, I believe po
Okay.
for our participants, as Dr. Chavez said, pwede po tayo mag-message, pwede tayo
Yes.
mag-email para
Mhm.
mas masagot ang ating personal questions.
Yes.
Thank you po
Okay. Thank you
ulit.
very much. God bless everyone and stay safe.
Thank you, Dr. Chona.
Ay,
Have a
Doc
nice day.
ID. Yes,
Have a
thank you
nice
very much
day.
po.
Yes po.
Okay po. I'll leave na po ha. The plata,
Thank you
Okay.
po for gracing this
Thank you
event. Thank
po.
you, ma'am.
Thank you again, Dr. Chavez. And that is it for our Q&A. Now, let us learn more about the College Academic Administration of the College of Education, Arts, and Sciences, who will be guiding us in our border-free journey at De La Salipa. After this, get your pens and paper ready to jot down necessary information about our academic policies. Let us all once again call our CEAS Dean, Dr. Ivy Guse, for the introduction of the College Academic Administration and the academic policies.
Okay, thank you, Angela. Hello ulit, my dear students. May I take the presentation mode?
Yes, Dean, you can present na po.
Okay, thank you. This will stop. Okay, yes. Hold this name. Ayan. Are you seeing the slides now?
Yes, Dean.
All right, thank you again. So, good morning ulit. So, for the outline of my presentation, ayan. So, I will be laying down first the college academic administrators of CEAS, and then followed by the role-based email addresses. And of course, the main part, the part I am sure you are looking forward to hearing again, would be the assessment and the grading policies. Okay, now starting off with the first one, for the college academic administrators of CEAS, basically it is composed of three. I have the CEAS Dean's Office, the program chairs, and the learning area chairs. Okay, now I will be flashing their pictures one by one so that even if you do not get to meet them personally, and at least you will know them by their pictures. Okay, so yours truly is the dean. Okay, I am Miss Ivy. Ayan. And then for the program chairs, now just because wait. Nakaano siya. Wait lang Nag-auto play. Sorry about that. Now for the program chairs, they are the ones managing our CEAS programs. Okay, and these are our CEAS. I'm sorry naka-auto play siya because I called this from last year's presentation. So these are our CEAS programs. The program chairs are the ones managing. Okay, so this is Miss Lei. She is chairing the biology department. Okay, and this is Miss Jaja or Miss Joanne Marie Humarang. She is chairing the communication department. Okay. Okay, moving on, we have Dr. Joy Talens. She's the chair of the education department. And they are your academic advisors then, no? If you know that. And we also have Miss Leonida Ona. She is the chair of the Multimedia Arts Department. And last but not the least, we have Dr. Lovely Everetta, or Dr. Lovely. Okay, she's the chair of the psychology department. Okay, now next to this are the learning area chairs. The learning area chair, in CEAS, we have 7 learning areas. Okay, we have the languages and literature, the mathematics, NSTP, PE, religious studies, and philosophy. Sorry. And then we have the social science area and the science area. So the learning area chairs are the ones managing these areas. Okay, for the languages and literature, we have Dr. Roy Dalisay. Okay. And then for our mathematics learning area, we have Dr. Roberto Marcel or Dr. Vio. Okay. And for our National Service Training Program area, NSTP area, we have Miss Maridel Zabala or Miss Mads. Okay. And then for our physical education area, PE, we have Miss Marika Pacheco. Okay. And of course, for our Rel Ed Philo area, religious studies and philosophy area, we have Sir Louis Alday. Okay, for our science learning area, we have Mr. Richard Magsino. And lastly, we have Dr. Aristotle Balba, the chair of the social science area. Okay, so basically that's the composition of the college administrators of CEAS. Now, the one goal of this reorientation is for the students to know whom to contact, the persons to contact kapag meron tayong mga concerns, the proper persons to contact. Now, so again, I again, those are the program chairs, the learning area chairs. Should you have any concerns in any of the courses that they manage. Now, in this slide, you can take a screenshot of it, or you can take a picture of this slide so that you will know the email addresses that you should write kapag meron tayong mga concern. So sa akin, I have there the CEAS Dean's email address. These are our role-based email address. So ayan, minsan kasi ang observation namin is that minsan yung mga students hindi alam kung sino din ang i-email nila for certain concerns that they have. So ayan, you can take a picture of this slide so that you will have our email addresses na moving forward. Okay, so this is the second part of my presentation, and I will now be moving to the main topic for the reorientation, okay, which is on the assessment and grading policies. Okay. Now, all right. Now, under De La Salipa's border-free learning, the students are at a self-paced, self-directed approach or modality of learning, allowing them to decide on the pacing, or the focus of their learning. Now, the main platform, as we all know, is Canvas. And this is where you students access the learning modules and assessments, the two main course requirements. Okay. Now, moving on to the total Canvas breakdown. Okay, now as you can see, 20 points is allotted for the graded tasks, and 80 points for the 3 summative assessments, which is further broken down into 50 and 30 points. Okay, now the 50 points is for the 2 summative assessments, while the other 30 points is for the capstone assessments. Now, capstone assessment, okay, overall, total is 100 points. So yung 50 dyan would be flexible as to how the teacher allocated it. It can be 30, 20, it can be 25, 25. It depends really on the coverage of the summative assessments. But for the capstone assessment, it is fixed to 30 points for all the courses. Okay. Now, okay. Now, further on assessments, I will go over these 4 again for this reorientation. Now, okay, let me start with the formative assessment. Okay, a formative assessment provided to students it is a form of assessment provided to students in order to monitor their learning and provide immediate feedback to modify the teaching learning process and improve students' mastery of lesson and achievement. Okay, now for each course or subject, there are 3 formative assessments. I will refer to as FAs. While there are unlimited attempts for each FA, you have to get a score that is equivalent to 70% of the total score in order for you to proceed to the next activity. Okay, why is that? Because this is an important checkpoint for where a teacher assesses if you are ready to take the next assessment. That is why even if this is not recorded, this is actually scored but not recorded. But even then, this activity is important because it kind of prompts the teacher if you are ready to take the next summative, the next activity or the next module. That is why we have the 70% minimum score for the formative assessment. Okay, and from what I have presented early on in the total Canvas grade breakdown, the previous slide, you would recall that FA is not part of the grade computation, meaning they are scored but not recorded. And that is to determine if you have gotten the minimum required score, which is 70%. Parang nakalock yung activities pa sa next, no? Until you have gotten this 70% minimum score. Okay. Now, next is the graded task. They are in fact mini activities, no, or exercises. I would call these as checkpoints then of students' progress in certain parts of the modules. Although these activities are graded, yung graded task natin is 20% of the total Canvas breakdown, total Canvas score of a student. Now, how are graded tasks implemented? For the 3 graded tasks, each will have 2 attempts. Okay? Now, unlike in FA, there is no minimum score. Kasi nga, parang wala tayong minimum score dyan. Kasi whatever score you got, no, will be recorded automatically. Okay? With how a graded task is graded, it is differentiated naman based on the type of activity or quiz that the teacher prepares. No, for an objective type of GT, the higher score will be considered because remember there are 2 attempts. No, so for an objective type, yung higher score yung kukuhanin, and then for an objective type of authentic type rather of graded task, the latest score will be considered. So meaning, if you in an authentic type of graded task, if you have just 1 attempt, that will be your score, the final score already. But if you opt to take the second and the last attempt, whatever the score is, whether it is higher or lower than the first one, that latest score will be the one recorded, no, sa gradebook ninyo. Okay? And yun nga, yung last part, as shown earlier, the scores obtaining GTs are part of the grade computation. All right. Okay, summative assessments. These evaluates students' learning and acquired cognitive skills at the end of a certain lesson cycle. It focuses on the outcome of the learning experience and is graded, recorded, and included in the grade computation. Okay. The summative assessments can be considered the major assessments, no, in the course because they usually have long coverage of topics. More often than not, the SA covers 2 or 3 modules pa nga. Okay. Now, for the capstone assessment naman, this is one of the 3 summative assessments of which 30 points are allotted. It is an activity that should promote social innovation mindset as it focuses on addressing real-world problems in an innovative way. Now, at this point, I'd like to emphasize 2 points, no, on capstone assessments. One, it is anchored on the content of the course. It is related to certain topics of the course. No, the difference though with the capstone assessment compared to the other summative assessments, no, is that this should be problem based, no, or is related to real life context. Now, the second point that I'd like to reiterate is that capstone assessment doesn't necessarily have to be the last summative assessment because this is related to certain topics of the course, then it can be the first or the second of the 3 summative assessments, depending on what topic it is anchored on. It is contingent to that certain topic na related siya, okay? So, to further enlighten you on what capstone is all about, please watch this video. I will stop presenting for now and let the technical team present the capstone video that we prepared. Okay. And while the technical team is preparing for the video, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank iMedia, headed by Ms. Gia, no, for creating this video of capstone. This will be shown to all colleges, no, during the orientation. Okay, technical team, please. Excuse me, there is no audio yet. Can we play the video again?
And implement as
Thank
part
you.
of De La Salipa's strategic direction on driving social innovation in quality education. capstone initiatives is conceptualized and implemented to address real-world problems with real-world solutions. It is an acronym which literally means Community-Based Action Project addressing strategically themed learning objectives through networked environments. It is embedded in the curriculum across disciplines to promote new and innovative way of learning, namely, learning together and by association, learning through engagement, learning by design, and learning with social impact. In the college, Capstone is seamlessly embedded in all courses of its program curricula. It is one of the three summative assessments created in each course. Called the Capstone Assessment, it is a 30-point activity designed to promote social innovation mindset among the students as it focuses on addressing real-world problems in an innovative way. It is primarily anchored on certain topics of a course and thus is not necessarily the last of the three summative assessments. It is problem-based or is related to real-life context. For example, in the second-year Multimedia Arts program, there are three courses whose capstone outputs interrelate to one another. In the Writing for New Media or WITMED, which is the capstone lead course, the output is a website content for social organizations or business enterprises that need marketing or advertising assistance. This output, however, will be broken down into minor outputs to be completed in the other two courses, the color theory and digital photography. In color theory, the layout and overall design of the website will be developed, while in digital photography, the images or photos that will complete the elements of the website will be the focus of the output. Further, a capstone assessment is different from a capstone research. Under the Border-Free++ curriculum, the latter is the term used for the thesis of the graduating students, which starts in their third year, second semester. As a final note, through the Border-Free++ curriculum, we at De La Salipa have deliberate efforts to ensure that its students not only graduate with the needed competencies in their respective fields. More than that, we want them to imbibe essential values and acquire essential skills for them to thrive in the unknown future. Further, through embedding in the curriculum the social innovation fundamentals, we believe we prepare the students to become positive change makers or social innovators, which is the ultimate goal of Capstone. Essentially, Capstone is the summation or the overall manifestation of the learnings of the students and what the school has trained them to be during their stay here at De La Salipa.
Thank you. I will continue my presentation, although I am towards the last part na. Okay. Hold a sec. Mhm. All right. So that is the capstone video that we prepared. And then next slide. Okay. Further on assessments. Now, how are the SAs implemented? Again, there are three SAs, including capstone, and each of these assessments has two attempts. Okay, no minimum score required for a student to proceed to the next learning activity kasi nga po recorded lahat. Okay, recorded na siya once na open. And like in GTs, the grading is differentiated based on the type of activity or exam or assessment that we have. For objective type of SA, the higher score will be recorded, and for authentic type of SA, the latest score will be considered. Okay, and then scores obtained in the, ayan, hindi ko po makita yung part ng slide, of the grade will be in, scores obtained in the SAs will be part, I assume it says it will be part of the grade computation. Okay, and now, I think this is I am down to the last slide because again, this is a reorientation. I am sure you basically know the grading policies that we have, but I would like to merely reiterate on these points. Um, Now, last part po, today we are starting the first VCEs, no, for each of the courses, the virtual class engagement. So medyo course orientation din sa bawat klase. And then next VCE, no, the teachers will be talking about due dates, negotiated due dates or guide dates. Okay. Now, on assessments, there can either be negotiated due date or guide date for each SA as agreed by the class and the teacher. And again, uh, this is discussed or this is settled during VCE2. Okay, but for your information, when we talk of negotiated due date, these are dates agreed upon by students and faculty on when the students should have taken the first attempt in a summative assessment. And under negotiated due date, yung late submissions may be noted, and there could be set implications of which, no. But again, ang bottom line dito is lahat ng mangyayari, lahat ng magiging implication, they should be agreed upon by the class and the teacher. And yung isa naman type of date will be the guide date. These are merely, dates to note, no, to take note of. These are dates when the students are encouraged to take at least one attempt in a summative assessment. Because, at a self-paced setting, it would be good, no, if the students will have an idea at least of when are the best times to take the summative assessment so that you do not cram in the end. Nababawasan ang mga SUSC, parang ganyan. Kasi yun din, parang lahat nagka-cram na lang sa dulo. So the guide dates are the ideal dates, no, for you students to take these summative exams. So ayan po. Now, please know also that every time guide dates will lapse, no, pag dadating sila, a notification of missed assessments, which we call the NOMA, will be sent to students who have not taken a summative assessment on the agreed negotiated due date or guide date. But these are merely reminders lang naman po. Wala naman ditong unless napag-usapan sa negotiated due date, pero ito ay merely reminders lang, baka lang na overlook na yung dates. So the teachers, no, send NOMA to the students just to remind that they should have taken the first attempt of certain assessments by then. Okay. Yeah, I think that's my last slide, and I am sure you have questions. I will stop my presentation at this point and would entertain questions. Okay, Angela.
Thank you so much, Dean Ivy, for such a comprehensive presentation po. I can totally say that I gained a lot. I was reminded of the policies that we have to remember for the coming new semesters. So at this juncture, there might be some of you who have questions that you want to ask. With that, I am now opening the floor for the Q&A. You can send your questions through our chat box, or you can raise your hand and we will definitely acknowledge you. To begin our Q&A portion, the SG CEAS solicited and gathered questions from the CEAS students last week, and our dean will be answering these questions for us. By the way, CEAS titles, before I read the question, I would like to inform you that we will have a photo opportunity later after the Q&A portion. So get your webcams, virtual background, and your beautiful and handsome faces ready. We would also like to thank the SG CEAS for soliciting and gathering these questions from you, our lovely CEAS students. So now, let us begin our Q&A. Dean? So for our first question, drum roll please. Parang binibining
Kinakabahan ako pag mga Q&A na naman. Alright, sige.
So, our first question. Yes. So, Dean, our first question po, does it need to have a passing grade for FAs?
Yeah. Although it is not recorded, remember, yung objective kasi ng FA natin, ng formative assessment natin, is for the teachers to assess the preparedness of a student if he or she can already take the next activity or the next learning module. hindi natin siya nilalagay doon para pamparami lang na activity, no? This is an important checkpoint. If you get to pass the 70% minimum score natin, then no, you must be ready to take the next learning module. So kailangan po talaga ng passing grade para diyan. Although please know that these FAs no may not be recorded, but the teachers no paid a lot of attention and effort in crafting these formative assessments. So I hope that the students take the formative assessment seriously, because it's sad. I'm hearing some reports no that some students do not take these formative assessments seriously. Some even pass blank outputs. No, so it's really sad to hear that, because FAs are important activities. No, they may not be recorded, but they are an important or a significant part of the learning materials prepared by the teachers. So the answer is yes, there should be a passing grade talaga for FAs. But may unlimited attempts naman tayo, even though it's 70% minimum.
Noted, Dean, noted.
Okay.
So, for our second question po, what is the significance of the capstone? Why is it needed to be implemented in the grading system?
Okay, by the way, since the question is about capstone nga, no, let me take this opportunity again no, to thank the whole team who prepared for capstone. I took a screenshot of it, and alam ko na kasi na magkakaroon ng capstone na question. So I'd like to thank, yeah, sorry. You hear me okay, Angela?
Opo. Yes,
All right,
po.
sige. So let me thank the team again. I'm looking at the credits, no? And Miss Angela Sumadsad, Kurt, Riodica, Gian, no? Very accommodating Gian, no? Thank you very much. Denise Lindain, and of course, Ma'am Nida and Doc Lorna at Chico. Maraming salamat po sa tulong nyo, no? Sa pagbuo ng capstone video na ito. Alright, sige. Back to the question, what is the significance of capstone? Yung capstone kasi the purpose of this is the heart muna. Yun ang gusto ko emphasize. This is the heart of the Border Free Plus Plus curriculum. No, basically the intention of this is to transform in the long run. Hindi naman to makukuha in one semester, no. Transform in the long run our students to becoming change makers, social innovative thinkers, and of course, what better way of doing that than embedding activities na talaga siya na problem-based sa ating mga courses. So yun po yung idea kasi talaga ng capstone. That is why I have been emphasizing kahit dun sa video na yung capstone assessments natin, they should be well thought of sa part ng mga teachers. And ang purpose nito sa mga bata ay maturuan sila na maging responsive sa community problems, kaya siya ay nakalapat sa real-life settings. So parang using what you know doon sa content ng subject ninyo, how are you going to address certain problems in your community? Parang ganun ang concept niya. That is why I would say this is a very significant addition or add-on in the curriculum of De La Salle pa. We may not perceive the impact of this short term, because for one, we have just started this capstone last semester, but I am very positive that in the long run this will have an impact on the Sallian graduates lalo na sa thesis natin. Remember yung thesis natin, we are, aside from the capstone assessment kasi naka-highlight sa video, it's different from the capstone research. And if you might recall, lalo na sa fourth year natin, we are shifting into a theory-based research to a problem-based research. So kung mapapansin ng mga fourth year natin, yung mga capstone problems ngayon, yung mga research problems nila ngayon are actually problems that are existing talaga, and then they use their medium, they use their platform, applying what they learned in their programs to address these specific problems. So yun yung goal natin, na hindi tayo nagsasubmit ng mga certain requirements out of compliance, but parang we are hitting two birds in one stone. We submit it for compliance, but at the same time, we try to address certain problems, or we at least train ourselves in addressing these problems. So that is what I can share on capstone, why we have to implement it in our grading system. Yeah.
Actually, din pag nakikita po yung capstone, I feel like it gives us an opportunity to observe and be keen sa nangyayari sa ating
Correct.
community and to be future, hopefully, and even
Correct.
present responsible citizens of our community.
Correct, Angela. That's a brilliant thought, ano? Because you cannot really see the problem, no, if you do not really observe on what's happening around you. Yes, basically this gives parang this promotes social awareness, no, among the students. Hindi tayo ano lang, parang nabubuhay na sarili lang natin, no. We should be responsive really, no, to our community, no. Mm-mm. Thank you.
And at least this can also be a guide for us po as young generations kung paano kami makaka-make ng change sa
Yeah.
small things, small steps. Thank you po, Dean.
Thank you for that
I
sharing,
would
Angela.
I would like to remind everyone that you can ask questions sa ating chat box. Wag po kayo mahihiya. Kahit Tagalog ang ating question ay okay lang.
Yes, yes.
So let's proceed, Dean, for our third question. When will we be having our face-to-face classes? Very much anticipated to Dean.
Okay. Bukas po, pwede na tayo mag-joke.
Oh my God. Hindi,
Hindi.
nagulat ako.
Hindi. There is a task force, no, created to discuss the learning modalities, the setup that we will have for the next school year, but it is way too early, no, to to give a concrete response relative to this. Basta ang sa akin, parati naman yung Lasal, kung ano yung ina-announce sa IATF natin, based sa guidelines, nandun tayo. But for sure, actually, yung mga ibang colleges, like the nursing, yung sa side programs, and then sa SITEM, based kasi sa CHED, sila yung mga may immediate need, no, na mag-face-to-face because of the laboratory courses that they have. But for sure, ito rin yung direction natin because we can see the gaps, no, that exist kapag talagang purely virtual. Yun naman yung sa amin. And we do not really intend to do it this way na forever. Hindi naman na ganon. Of course, we are planning to do face-to-face classes, but you should understand also that there are a lot of things to consider, like retrofitting of classes. Una, kasya ba tayo sa mga room? We have, and of course, mainly we safeguard, no, the students, yung health ng students. Marami kailangan i-consider. So that is why this early we prepare for such possibility. And I won't deny, no, this is a possibility, especially sa next school year. But definitely, hindi ganun kalimit, like araw-araw. But for sure, again, sabi ko nga, because there are gaps that exist kapag purely face-to-face, of course, we are considering face-to-face classes. But as to when, I cannot siguro answer that, no. And isa pa kung ako, kumbaga, it's not really a decision of just a small unit, no. It's a very big decision that multi-sectors should make, no. Ayan. Pero malapit na yan, promise. Basta yung cases natin magiging stable na mababa na or wala na, okay?
Tama din. Kasi din po kahit gaano tayo mag-ingat sa school, pag lumabas naman ng school,
Yes.
ang dali naman po tayo magsama-sama.
Yes,
Diba po?
correct. Tapos may biyahe pa, di ba? May magbabiyahe,
Opo.
di naman siguro lahat magdadala ng sasakyan. So we are considering all those things din.
Opo.
But I really understand, no, how excited the students can be na magkaroon talaga ng social interaction na talagang kita na, no. So I am sure ako na namimiss yan. Kasi kahit nga kaming mga teachers, no, namimiss namin yung face-to-face meeting and all. So lalo na pag mga students, no.
Opo. Lalo na siguro din yung ating mga first years, especially yung graduating.
Yes. Oh yeah, okay.
Siguro po
Ay,
naghihintay.
graduating. Teka lang, baka uunahan ko na. Baka may lumabas magkakaroon ba ng face-to-face graduation or no? One thing I can assure you, the school is planning for a virtual graduation. That's what I've heard. But that's what I've heard. I think it's too early not to hold a face-to-face na graduation for this batch of graduating students. Ayun.
Ayan, guys.
Narinig ko ha, yeah. Because the registrar's office, no, is on top of the graduation. Hindi naman ako, narinig ko lang.
Recording stopped.
Yeah.
Opo. Sige po.
Miss Angela, sorry, I have to cut you. I think the recording stopped, but we have to record. Can we resume to recording this session? I heard a prompt that the recording
Yes
stopped.
po.
Yes.
One moment po. Janina, President, wait po, sino ba ang ating,
Ayan, feeling ko nagre-record na.
opo.
Recording in
Nag-notify na din.
progress.
Okay,
Ayan,
thank you
okay na
sa
po.
technical team na napaka-responsive. Thank you. Okay, continue, Angela.
Thank you po. So, fourth question po tayo din.
Drum rolls.
Opo. There, din. So, is
Okay, madali
TD
yan.
Commons included in the grading system?
Nope, it's not, but I think it's a requirement for you to be cleared. Tama?
Opo,
Sa clearance
opo.
siya. Pero hindi naman siya naka-embed, no, sa ating grading system. Ayan.
Opo. I think it's just a way for us to learn how to use the portal po.
Yes,
Opo.
yes. Yes, to be onboarded, no, with the whole platform and all.
Opo. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you, Dean. Fifth
Yes.
question po. There. Would it be possible if incentives will be given to the students who will submit early or before the due date in SAs?
Okay. In the existing policy, no, we do not have this talaga, no, incentivization. Wala tayo nito, no? Pero yung thoughts ko kasi dito, even if without incentives, no, I think the students themselves will the ones who will benefit if they submit early on the assessments that they have. Why? Because for one, they wouldn't have to cram pa at the end of the semester. Mas meron silang time na talagang mag-work on certain assessments na hindi nagmamadali, no? So yeah, even if the teacher, no, doesn't incentivize, I think na dun pa rin yung benefit sa inyo pa rin pupunta, sa students pa rin pupunta yung benefits for SAs submitted before the due date, no? Actually, I'm clueless, no, if some teachers, no, will incentivize their students or not. I believe it's part of their academic freedom if they will do that. But again, as a matter of policy, we do not have this. Yun lang gusto kong clear. No, we do not have this sa ating current policy. But yun lang. Tapusin ko na lang doon, Angela. Baka may nasabi pa ako na. Sige.
Apo din. Actually, pag siguro din po pag na-submit, nagkakaroon ko po ng peace of mind na nagawa ko na to. Hindi na hindi ka na masyado mag-feel na ay meron akong gagawin. Pero ba't ako nanonood or ba't ako ganyan? So siguro
Yes.
yun po ang aming incentive na makukuha.
Yes, totoo. And actually, if you're going to look at it, you do not really just look at or focus on the number of activities that you have, but you should focus on the attempts that you have. Kasi if you submit it early, you have another, parang you have another attempt pa to use na hindi nagmamadali. Pwede mo mas paghandaan if you want to have a higher score, lalo na sa pag-objective. Pag authentic, ganun din eh. Lalo kang mas bebuelo to make it higher. Well, as opposed to passing it at a later time, na parang you are too constrained sa time mo, na nagmamadali ka na hindi mo na rin ma-improve or ma-maximize yung second attempt pa na meron. So yun, kasi baka minsan yung students natin nakafocus sila sa number of activities lang na nakalinya, like 2 SAs, may 3 GTs, but in reality, there are times 2 number of SA and GTs because you have attempts for each, no? So yun yung dapat na binabudget ng students, no, na ng maaga din sana. Yan. And yun nga, na-experience na naman ng isang SEM. So alam niyo na, by this time may idea na kayo kung gaano dapat din kaaga na tayo magsisimula so that nag-e-end ang semester na hindi tayo haggard or stressed. Oh, ayan.
Opo,
Sige.
tama po. So thank you, Dean.
Yeah.
Next question, please. Would it be possible to have a one type of exam? For example, by multiple choice only or identification only?
No. No? Oo. Kasi, di ba, yung exam kasi, hindi lang naman yan exam lang, no? Of course, yung exam should be, siguro, yan yung best way, no, to assess kung ano yung natutunan dun sa topic. And hindi lahat ng assessment ay not hindi lahat ng form ng pag-assess makikita ng teacher na okay na in multiple choice or identification type of exam lang. Depende yan sa kung ano yung gustong i-measure or tingnan ng teacher. That's why they may opt to use different type of exam, lalo na sa mga major courses natin, no? Mahalaga yung authentic exam para makita talaga yung learning ng mga bata. So, this is not possible, no? This is not possible. Because again, the teachers depend the type of exam that they craft, depending on what they should assess. No, depend on what they should test doon sa bata. Okay. So, actually, sa totoo lang, alam nyo ba, ang dali naman lalo sa teachers kung ganito exam eh. Ang dali sa teachers kung ganito kasi pwede siyang auto-graded, no? Pag ganyan. Kaya lang, yung reason kung bakit yung teachers talagang nag-aalat ng time na upuan, checkan yan. Kasi yun nga, they are serious in assessing the students' learning. Kung lahat lang, ano na, parang yun na yung masasabi ko, lalo na dun sa mga siguro may, hindi ko alam kung ano yung hugot halimbawa ng question na to. But just so you know, yung teachers, lalo na sa authentic type, nag-aalat sila ng time para checkan yon just to know, no? Or just to assess kung nagkaroon talaga ng learning. So I hope, kahit ng mga formative na authentic ang type, talagang seryosohin ng mga estudyante yung ganyan. Kasi pinaghihirapan naman ng mga teachers din na checkan yung mga yan. Lalo na yung may mga rubric, yan, sa mga ganyan. So they are as important, no, as if not nga mas ano pa sila eh, parang mas talagang nag-a-assess ng learning ng bata, yung mga ganun na ano na type din pag authentic kasi output based siya. Angela.
Opo. Actually din kahit totoo naman po kasi mahirap, pero on the brighter side, it's a way for us to assess din po and to challenge ourselves kung talagang natutunan din po namin. Thank you, Dean. Again, everyone, you can send in your questions sa ating chat box. And speaking of that, Dean, someone actually sent a direct message. If you don't mind po, me reading the direct message.
Sure,
Kasi gusto po niya, actually nila, na maging anonymous.
Oh yes, sure, no problem. Yes, no need to state the name kung if she wants to stay anonymous, yes.
Apo. So sabi po ay, regarding po the last viewing of grades, how can we know if we are part of the honors list from the last semester?
Okay. Ganito kasi no mga anak, yung honors list kasi natin, yung naglalabas ng official list niyan ay registrar's office. Kasi sa kanila sila mismo yung merong bank ng grades ng mga bata. Now, ang alam ko periodically nagre-release naman ang OCR ng official list of honor students. In fact, kaya nga minsan 'di ba, merong initiative halimbawa ang SG natin, ang CEAS-SG to release yung mga dean's lister. Tama ba ako, Aaron, no, na nagko-coordinate tayo sa registrar's office for the official list of it. So, hindi lang siya for the dean's lister, no, for the honor roll, for the ng honor student doon.
Yes po din, tama po.
Ayun.
So, ayun. So, kailangan lang po natin siguro mag-wait. Ano po? Kung
Yes.
sa mga...
Yes. My dear, meron pa bang direct message or question na inano sa'yo? Because there are questions coming in here that I could read then.
Yes, Dean, you may proceed po.
Okay. Yes, but before I do that, kasi hindi ko pa naman nababasa lahat, again, no, I will focus, I will pick on questions that are directly related to my presentation because I'm sure there would be ones na magiging program related, no? And alam niyo naman siguro, we have breakout sessions for this. This is the plenary. You could address your siguro program specific questions. You could reserve them for the breakout session. Okay. Ayan, iniisa-isa ko lang siya, no? Ayan, Dean, would there be SUSC applications? Okay. Ayan na. SUSC kasi is part of the academic policy na nasa academic ano kasi natin yan, guidelines. Pero ito yung siguraduhin ko, we are crafting new policies for the application of SUSC and certainly hindi na siya katulad nung etong SEM na nakaraan. Yung kung sino makaka-apply, yung ganyan. Certainly, there will be changes in the application for the SUSC natin, no? So, kumbaga ang sa akin, wag natin tong gamitin as, okay, may SUSC pa naman, pwede muna ako mag-chill-chill lang. Baka mamaya, before you know it, baka mamaya, based dun sa, for example, baka mamaya merong certain na dapat nakarating ka sa module na to, saka ka makakapag-apply. Pwede maging ganyan, no? We are, the council na nagde-decide nito is very keen, no? It's very keen on drafting a revised policy on this, on the SUSC. Yun lang yung sasabihin ko, to answer this question. And then I will proceed, Angela, ha? Good
Yes,
morning
Dean.
po.
Opo.
Asking for a friend. Asking for a friend. There are times daw po na nakakalimot din po ang profs ng responsibility sa pag-upload ng recorded VCs. What should we do po? Yes, oo, pasensya na kasi yung mga, syempre, meron din ibang mga responsibilities yung ating teacher. So, pasensya na kayo pag minsan nakakalimot nga na i-upload yung recorded VCs natin. But I think yung gagawin is you just message the teacher privately, and I'm sure he or she will be reminded to post it. Kasi tama naman, no, we are advised to post the VCE recordings noong ating mga VCEs para lang din ma-access siya noong mga wala doon. Kasi remember, the attendance not required. So, and this is self-paced mode nga, pwede kasi nilang access ng recording anytime. So, the teachers naman talaga have to post the recording. So, pag nakakalimutan, just message the teacher. No teacher would mind at all. No, i-message nyo lang po siya. Okay? Next. Good day po. I want to ask about the enrollment process. My mother is asking. Okay. Yan, apologies, no, Miss Malabanan, but I will have to siguro skip this kasi hindi ako masyadong privy dun sa details ng enrollment process natin. Yung you can email though the college enrollment team. You can send me a private message dito. Hindi ko sa uli yung email address niya, Miss Malabanan. But you can message me doon sa aking email address. And I will give you the email address, no, kung saan mo pwedeng i-bring up the question na to, my dear. Okay. And then, tuloy ako.
Opo.
Okay. Dito na ako from Ayla, Rosita, ABCom.
Yes po.
Dean, regarding lang po sa face-to-face, factor po ba ang number of vaccinated students sa pagkakaroon ng face-to-face? Paano kayang factor? But definitely, lahat ng mapupunta po sa school should be vaccinated. That's one thing na sabihin ko. Pero hindi ko lang masyadong, Miss Ayla, you might want to say, turn on your mic. Medyo hindi ko lang po yung factor po ba yung number of vaccinated students. Una, ang isang factor na tinitingnan dyan would be the number of students, no, that can be accommodated in a classroom sa atin. Yun. Parang, di ba, meron base kasi siya sa area ng room. And then, sa nursing, currently, they can maximize up to 15 students lang. Remember, dati yung room natin, it can accommodate like 50, 55. And now, it was streamed to just 15. So, yun, ang daming, pero yun, yung 15 na yun, or lahat ng papasok sa school should be fully vaccinated, no? And I'm not sure how we operationally define fully vaccinated. Kung halimbawa, pasok na ba dyan, kung yan ba ay boosted dapat, or dun lang sa regular vaccine. So, ayan. I hope I am able to give you enlightenment on that, Ayla, no? Doon. Another question, good day po. I'll ask lang po about failed subject. Required po ba na 4th year lang po ang pwede mag-overload ng units? Yes. This is a policy, no? This is a policy na sa academic policies kasi natin to na ang pwede lang mag-overload will be the graduating students. Okay? And then may certain may certain cap pa yon. I think 6 units lang. Hindi din pwede ang overload. This is also why non-graduating students cannot take tutorial classes. No, they are not entitled to apply for request, no, for tutorial classes. This is a policy that we have. But then I am sure your advisor can draft a program of study for you. Kasi hindi din naman ibig sabihin na if you fail a subject, or hindi na talaga makakagraduate on time. Well, I think there's also a possibility, no, na makagraduate on time. Yun nga lang, it would take time bago maging regular ulit. Depende din sa dami ng subjects na na-fail. So, ayun. this can be further discussed to you siguro by your academic advisor, my dear. Okay. Okay, and then,
Dean,
yes, my dear.
I think wala na pong nag-a-appear sa ating
Oh,
yung pang everyone po, pero po may mga nag-direct message po sa akin. Do you
may
mind?
nag-direct message. Ayan.
Opo.
But before that, thank you, Angela. But before that, ayan, thank you, Gov Aaron, no, for this. Yeah, hello, Miss Malabanan. You can email the registrar's office with your concern. Ayan. Ayan. And then, meron ding enrollment, I think college.enrollment or enrollment.college. Nalilito ako. May ganun din na email address.
Okay.
Pero yan, registrar's office role-based email address for every concern. Thank you, Aaron.
Ayan. So, ayan.
Okay, Angela, the
Opo.
DMs.
Sabi po, hi, good day. Additional concern lang po regarding unrecorded VCEs. There are some time na we need to request access pa rather than to access it directly. Main point po is minsan natatagalan yung approval kesa ma-access agad. Pwede
Okay.
po bang ma-access directly na lang ang recorded VCEs?
Sige. Yes, actually, ganun talaga yung ganun yung intention talaga niyan i-offer. Siguro lang, pag hindi madalas nakakapag-share si teacher ng mga Google stuff like document and ganyan, nakakalimutan na ipalitan yung restriction. Di ba palitan yung setting? Pero I am sure na hindi sinasadya yan. So I am sure na hindi sinasadya yan. Siguro what I can do na lang to address this is probably include this or have remind yung mga kasama ko sa council about this, no, na yun nga, maalala parati na na gawin ng parang may viewers access lahat at hindi siya restricted para hindi na din nadidelay. So pasensya na din sa mga ganyang instances. And again, I'm sure hindi siya sinasadya ni teacher. It would help also, I think it would help also if it's a siguro recurring concern. No, if it's a recurring concern, you can probably bring this up sa inyong academic advisor, who is the program chair, so that the faculty can be reminded about it. Ayun.
Or maybe din, pwede po siguro pag sa ongoing ang kanilang VCE, pwede na nila pong sabihin kasi
yes.
naranasan na rin naman po nila last sem. So parang reminder na lang din po sa lahat,
Yes.
diba po?
Oo, tama. Oo.
So, meron
Or
pa
halimbawa
po,
si Mayor, parang parati si Mayor yung taga-remind. Actually, you can remind that, pinakamagandang reminder niya, say, within the day. Kasi right after the meeting, hindi din naman kasi dumadating yung recording, di ba ganun ang Google Meet? Medyo matagal ang dating, like an hour siguro. Pero siguro meron kayong assign na taga-remind na, sir, makihingi po kami ng access sa recording, parang ganyan. Ayan.
Ayan din. So, another anonymous po in relation with the VCE topic. Sabi po ay, if your class has chosen to have the minimum amount of VCEs, do we have the option to request to join other classes who have regularly scheduled VCEs per week? Siguro po ay, anong tawag
Angela,
po?
paulit niyo ulit. Ano daw? Gusto nila mag-attend na ibang classes? Parang
Opo, parang if your class has chosen to have minimum amount of VCEs, do we have the option to request to join other classes who have regularly scheduled VCEs per week? Parang I think din makikisit in. Opo.
Okay. Una yung sa sit-in kasi natin, syempre, nasa teacher din yan kung i-allow. Pero ang sa akin kasi, baka hindi din, I cannot answer, para sa mga kasama ko na teacher. Kasi depende, kahit naman sa face-to-face dati, yung pag-sit-in, ipinagpapaalam siya sa mismong teacher. And there has to be a reason why you should sit in. Yun din. Meron kasing talagang mga valid reasons kung bakit ka mag-sit-in. For example, yung mga students halimbawa na nasa language learning center namin dati, like halimbawa ay sila yung mga Koreans na nag-aaral dito, and then sometimes they would sit in Filipino classes or in English classes just to have a better grasp of the language para lang nakakapakinig. Yun, may reason. But we do not really sit in just for the sake of sitting in. Kasi yun nga, definitely the teacher will ask why they will have to sit in. So yun yung sa akin. I cannot respond to that as a matter of policy na pwede or hindi. Definitely, magtatanong si teacher and I will respect na whatever the teachers decide on this, kung tatanggapin sila or hindi. But I am sure kahit sinong teacher pa yan, the reason has to be valid why the student would want to sit in certain classes.
So I think for the person who asked this, doon na lang po sa teacher na lang talaga, sa professor na lang po. At
Yes.
sila po yung
I am thinking
makakasagot.
baka ano siya, siguro hula ko lang, no? I'm guessing baka ano yan, baka gustong umupo sa major classes, tapos hindi ko alam kung gustong ma-refresh or anything. So pag ganun yung case na mga major courses ang gustong tingnan and then siguro mas maging malalim pa yung understanding sa courses na ito, you could discuss it with your program chair, the academic advisor, and if he or she sees merit in it, then she could endorse that or maybe talk to the teacher para ano, but ang bottom line, it will be up to the teacher pa rin yung mismong ano kung i-allow yan or hindi, no? Ayan.
Actually, din clarify, gusto niya daw po i-clarify na same course pero for more VCE. Pero pwede ba
Wait, okay. So apparently I'm not getting the question right. Kasi yun, akala ko din iba yung iba mag-a-attend, no? Yung intindi ko sa kanya. But maybe he is referring or she is referring to our VCEs on demand, yun ba? Kasi di ba may minimum tayo na 5 VCEs. But the students, no, and even the teacher could request for more VCEs on top of the 5 if it's necessary to do that. Like if certain topics have to be covered, merong kailangan pag-usapan ng ganyan, or nagre-request ang klase, or feeling ni teacher, based sa result sa turnout, halimbawa ng certain assessments, kailangan niya mag-hold ng special, siguro, meeting for this topic, the teacher and the students may opt to meet for an additional BCE. Yun. If that's the question, yes, we have provisions for that. We call that the, ano nga sinabi ko kanina, VCEs on demand.
Opo. Nababanggit din naman po yan ng prof.
Yes,
usually po on the first meeting of the semester.
Correct. Yun lang, ang VCEs on demand, dapat yan well communicated. When I say well communicated, it shouldn't be on a short notice because teachers have responsibilities din, no? May mga schedule din yan. So, kumbaga, dapat na-arrange ng maayos yan. Hindi pwede na, sir, VCE na po tayo bukas or ganyan. Definitely, hindi pwede yung mga ganyan. Dapat ma-arrange siya ng maayos. There should be wide dissemination also so that we can maximize the attendance of the students. Yun.
Okay. Thank you, Dean. Ang tanong po ay, individual pa rin po ba ang capstone assessment? Thank you po.
Depende. Yeah, yung capstone assessment kasi wala tayong policy dyan kung individual siya or or group work. It really depends on the teacher, no, who will craft, no, the assessment. Bawat isa nga may upside and downside sa ganyan. So wala tayong policy on that, Angela.
So Dean, medyo madami po yung nagtanong nito, pero parang iayos ko na lang po yung tanong.
Okay,
Kasi po
sige.
paulit-ulit po.
Yes. And also, Angela, no, I'd like to hear that question, but just to time check, no, it's 10:50 and we will be having a breakout session pa.
Yes.
Yun lang, baka mamaya na tayo, nagkukulang na yun ng time yung program shares natin. No, sorry about that. But sige, let's hear that question, Angela.
Actually, Dean, I think this is the last
question
na related sa ating plenary po sa inyong diniscuss.
Okay.
So, Dean, sorry po, pero itatry ko po siyang pagsama-samahin. Pero ang main point po nila, meron daw po mga professors na nag-submit sila, but it takes so long na umaabot na po sa point na it's either nag-deadline na or hindi na nagiging enough yung time nila to submit another attempt. How should they handle daw po ang ganitong klase ng scenario? Parang dun po sila na sa checking ng assessments. Kasi hindi daw po nila na ma-maximize yung attempts dahil matagal daw po mag-check. Ayun po.
Okay, sige. Hindi ko maalala yung napag-agreehan na certain number of days for when a teacher should return assessments.
I think 7.
Yeah, parang
7 days po
7
ata.
calendar
1
days,
week
no?
po.
Like 1 week. 7
Opo.
calendar days or 1 week, yes. To return, no? That's the ano sana. Kaya lang ang akin, ang request ko sana is I hope we can be more flexible on that also. Pero siguro pag nag-lapse na yung 7 days, I would encourage you to privately message your teacher about it so as to remind them. And ang isa pa hindi ko din alam kasi merong mga naririnig ako, may mga bata na nagsasubmit din sa ibang platform, hindi doon sa napag-usapang platform kung saan. May nagsasubmit through a comment, may nagsasubmit sa comment box, may nagsasubmit sa email. So sana to ensure na makikita talaga yan dun sa main platform. And given na sa main platform tayo nag-submit, please message your teacher kasi baka din alam niyo yon minsan the emails, pwede kasi siyang ma-bury na sa malalim. So paki-message nung teacher po. And if it's still not resolved, you can please message you can please let your academic advisor or your program chair know about this so she or he can tap the teacher para doon, no? So yun lang. 7-day rin kasi we have to give 7-day allowance din naman for the teacher to return, lalo na doon sa mga authentic type of assessments. So yun. So paki-message lang po ang mga teachers din. And sorry about the trouble. Okay.
Sorry. Ayan, siguro din naman po makikita nila yung pattern kung sino yung professor na mas matagal yung check. Kasi po, di ba po, minsan mas maraming students din yung handled nung professor. So,
correct.
I think they can try to be patient and mag-time management pa po para mas makakapagsagot. So, I think that's it, Dean, for our Q&A.
Tapos na ang defense. Okay, tapos na ang defense po.
Ako po ang kamara para sa kanya. Thank you po. Thank you po. Ayan din. Thank you very much po. And for our sales titles, my apologies for not really going through the DMs because we have to stick to the questions that are related to what our Dean has discussed. So thank you very much again, Dean. Thank you for answering questions of our CEAS students. And because we are nearing the end of our plenary session, and before we have to go our separate ways, let us first capture this moment.
Angela, hold on. While they are preparing to go on camera muna,
Yes,
no? Let me first thank you muna. Thank you, Angela, Janina, Educator Circle, lahat po yung nasa technical team natin, no? Aaron, sa SG CEAS, and yung mga, hindi ko na ma-mention, no, yung mga people behind the technical team. Sorry about that, but I am truly grateful, no, sa assistance. Sobrang smooth flowing ng conduct ng ng orientation, ng reorientation na to. I am just so happy that you have siguro given into my request, no, to hold this. So thank you very much sa mga kasama kong program chairs, learning area chairs, at faculty members na nandito. Although hindi ko nakikita, there are almost 400 of us here. Kanina nga 420. So salamat po sa pagsama nyo dito. Thank you very much for your time. No, sa lahat ng hindi ko na mention, hindi ko na maisa-isa yung pangalan, pero ako ay nagpapasalamat ng lubos sa lahat. No, congratulations ang Educator Circle. Thank you talaga. Ay, Doc Tessie, hello, Doc Tessie, nandito pala kasama natin. So, she is our Assistant Vice Chancellor for Academics in the college, Dr. Tessie Palma. Okay, we are glad, Doc Tessie, that you were able to join us. Ayan. Ayan, sige, we can now have the photo up. Excited.
Yes, Dean, thank you very much po. So, CEAS community, let us grab this opportunity. Kindly turn on your cameras. Show us your biggest and beautiful smiles. Ayan.
Ayan, ang mga facilitator natin.
Apo, may I call on?
Rain, Daniel, Macy? Okay.
Macy, apo.
Ayan, hindi ko na nabasa yung iba.
Apo. May I call on Miss Jasmine Mendoza po to capture this momentous event?
Yeah, so we have a total of 16 panels po. So kindly smile na lang. First panel po. 3, 2, 1, smile. Second po. 3, 2, 1, smile.
I am seeing 1 o 15. Is may 15 pages ba yun? Ano? Jasmine, ganun ba yun?
Ayun po, 15 po.
Opo.
So smile lang po ng smile.
Ayan po.
Opo.
Third panel po. Fourth po. Fifth panel po. Sixth po. Seventh po.
Go guys, ngiti lang po tayo.
Si Mambe. Hello, Mambe. Kita ko si Mambe.
Ninth. Last 5 panels po.
Ayan.
Ayan. 12 po. 13. 14. And last panel po. Ayan. Okay na po.
Thank you, Miss Jasmine Mendoza. And thank you everyone din. Grabe.
Angela.
Ang ganda makita.
Thank you. Angela, naalala ko lang yung ating evaluation na 4.
Apo.
Okay, yes, sorry. Yeah. Thank you, Angela.
Thank you, Dean. And thank you to CEAS community. It was very, very lovely to see everyone. Parang nandun na po ulit tayo sa face-to-face classes. So before we proceed to the second part of our college student reorientation, we would like to acknowledge the key persons and organizations behind the success of this program. The Educator Circle, the SG CEAS, the CEAS Council, spearheaded by Dean Ivy Guse, and of course, Dr. Chona Chavez. Also, we would like to remind you, our CEAS community, to evaluate this event through the link or code flashed on your screen. And moving forward to the second part of our college student reorientation, a breakout session for each program, specifically biology, communication, education, multimedia arts, and psychology will be opened. Please join the breakout session for your program, and your program chairs will be there waiting for you. If you are having a difficult time joining our breakout rooms, please do not hesitate to message our moderators about your concern. Thank you, everyone, and have a wonderful time. Yan. So,
Thank you, Angela. Ano itong mga nakikita ko na ano? Ina-assign natin sila sa breakout na?
yes, Dean.
Ah,
Either
okay.
pwede po silang pumasok ng kanila,
Okay.
or pwede pong, kung hindi po nila alam, ay pwede po silang mag-ask ng assistance from our moderators.
Okay.
Ayun po.